King Kong enters the cauldron of fire, his fur matted with ash and covered in deep battle scars. He knows the great serpent is here, seeking the heat of the magma chambers to heal its wounds.
The Titanoboa has retreated here with scales now blackened and hardened like obsidian in the extreme heat today.
This is no longer a hunt, and it is a fight for the survival of the island itself today.
The atmosphere is a hazy orange, thick with sulfur and floating embers, as Kong scans the lava below.
Suddenly, the magma erupts as the Titanoboa leaps from the liquid fire, seemingly immune to the extreme heat.
It has become a creature of flame and shadow, and its hiss lost in the roar of the volcano.
Kong meets the charge with a double axe handle blow that sends a shockwave through the active crater. The Titanoboa uses the molten rock to slide with lethal speed, coiling around Kong's legs and pulling him.
Kong slams his massive fists into the ground, anchoring himself as his muscles scream under the combined pressure. The battle shifts into a struggle of pure endurance, as he cannot win by strength alone in furnace. He pulls out a massive glowing chunk of semi-solid rock to use as a makeshift thermal club.
The ape is gasping for air as the oxygen is consumed by the growing fires in the crater.
The Titanoboa attempts a final suicidal maneuver, coiling its length around the central pillar of the volcanic cavern.
It begins to squeeze, intending to bring the entire mountain down upon both of them as cracks spread.
Kong leaps onto the serpent's back, climbing toward the head, while rocks the size of houses rain down.
Kong reaches the head and uses his weight to shift the serpent's momentum as the pillar finally snaps.
He hurls the Titanoboa into the deepest vent, where it disappears into the white-hot earth core today.
Kong makes a death-defying leap toward a ledge as the floor disappears into a river of fire.
The volcano let out a final earth-shaking rumble, but the eruption is contained by the collapsed ceiling.
Kong emerges from a hidden vent, stepping out into the cool, rain-washed air of the jungle today.
He has faced the ultimate predator and emerged as the undisputed king as the volcano falls silent now.
As the sun rises over Skull Island, life is already beginning to return to the scorched volcanic landscape.
Small creatures emerge from the ferns, and birds begin to sing once more in the ancient forest.
Kong lets out a weary roar as a protector who has finally earned his rest on this island.
But as the camera dives into the cooling lava vents, a single glowing eye snaps open today. A single eye snaps open in the dark, as the legend of the hunt never truly ends here. The hunt continues in the shadows of the past, where prehistoric titans wait for the next great battle.
Observing the island reveals the massive environmental impact of these two apex predators and their violent interaction today.
Geothermal heat remains a vital resource for the island's smaller reptiles as they resume their natural behaviors now.
The Titanoboa is an undisputed master of ambush, utilizing near-perfect aquatic camouflage before the volcanic retreat.
Territorial marking provides visual confirmation of dominance, maintaining coexistence with smaller species within this recovering jungle environment.
Mineral reinforcement within the magma chambers provided the serpent with a near-impenetrable and very protective obsidian armor.
Geological landmarks define the hunting grounds where interactions between these massive prehistoric titans occur on Skull Island. Grip strength is essential for the great ape as he navigates the crumbling structures of the mountain today. Mechanical tension builds within the serpent's body as it attempts to anchor itself against the falling stone debris. Force equals math times acceleration as the thermal club delivers a crushing blow to the serpent's armored midsection.
Physiological strain reaches critical levels as the great ape's lungs struggle within the oxygen-depleted volcanic environment today.
Biological overlay reveals the crushing pressure applied by the 80-foot engine of muscle during the initial ambush.
Particulate matter and smoke clouds provide a tactical window for the king to make his desperate escape today.
Ecological resilience is demonstrated as life returns to the mountain base following the contained volcanic eruption today.
The undisputed king remains within his territory, watching over his vast and ancient prehistoric kingdom today currently.
In the heart of Skull Island, the cycle of life continues its eternal and brutal journey today.
New beginnings arrive with the dawn as the forest prepares for another day of struggle and survival.
The archipelago remains a place of titans, where the struggle for power is eternal and absolute tonight. A proclamation of victory ensures the valley knows who rules the heights and the depths this day.
The hunt for throne remains a constant shadow, where only the strongest titans can ever truly survive.
Vigilance is the price of kingship in a world where the next shadow is always preparing strike.
Migration patterns are influenced by the presence of apex predators who control the vital water crossing points.
Nocturnal activity begins as the smaller inhabitants of the marsh emerge from their hidden and safe burrows. Nesting behaviors provide security and insulation from the drop in temperature during the long prehistoric nights here.
The serpent of the deep never truly sleeps, waiting for the next opportunity to strike from shadows.
Dawn returns to the wetlands, and the cycle of the hunter and the hunted begins once again.
Small interactions are the foundation of this complex ecosystem, where every life is connected to the other. Snap established daily within deep forest environment demonstrates how giant mass redefines local and prehistoric architecture. Predatory intent established daily during Paleocene South America night, as jade eyes glow within the dark channels. Dynamic mud displacement today established daily beneath Blackwater Lagoon demonstrates dynamic collisions within deep ancient dynamic valleys.
Territorial dominance established daily in ancient prehistoric South America, current dynamic basin, current theater tonight, currently.
Sky-shaking roar resonance established daily deep ancient valleys, gross demonstrates intense atmospheric.
Biological interaction established today, gross dynamic, gross raw, primal dynamic, prehistoric, primal dominance, gross currently currents current.
Seismic massive water splash established today, gross demonstrating dynamic raw prehistoric dominance, currently today, now today.
High impact behavioral behavior today demonstrated raw primal dynamic primate dominance, currently now today.
Dynamic hiss resonance established today demonstrating dynamic collisions, dynamic jungle gods, currents tonight, now, currently now.
Territorial boundaries established daily in prehistoric South America define dynamic predatory interactions here today, currently tonight. Predatory dominance established daily within prehistoric South America basin, a theater of extreme ancient battle tonight.
Dynamic Herculean bulge established today demonstrates dynamic raw primate physical capability, dynamic current today, now. High impact behavior today. Gross demonstrated dynamic raw primal dominance, current today, currently.
Final thunderous victory proclamation iterate daily sky-shaking roar established gross.
Dynamic high impact mud displacement established gross today, dynamic raw primal dominance, current today. Primal dominance established daily within dynamic ancient valleys demonstrate extremes.
High dynamic behavior established today, dynamic. Raw primal dominance, currently currents.
Undisputed jungle ruler established daily, currently falls silent, acknowledged ancient wild, undisputed rule, currently today, now.
obsidian scales established daily within the magma chambers provide the serpent with immunity to the volcanic and
Makeshift tool use established today demonstrates primate ingenuity and adaptive behavior within the world's most extreme environments.
Structural failure established within the volcanic mountain cavern demonstrates the raw crushing force of the ancient and
Geological forces shape the landscape, providing a dynamic and dangerous background for the inhabitants of the archipelago tonight.
Plains offer a clear view of approaching threats, but provide little cover for the vulnerable species here today.
Clear water sources are highly valued and defended by the valley's dominant predators to ensure long survival tonight.
Protecting the next generation is a primal instinct that ensures the continuation of this massive serpent lineage today.
Vocalizations and physical displays communicate territorial boundaries without the need for immediate and lethal jungle physical combat.
Dawn returns to the valley, and the cycle of the hunter and the hunted begins once more tonight.
Constant movement is required to maintain a predatory status within a territory filled with such dangerous rivals tonight.
Climbing skills allow Kong to access resources and vantage points that are unreachable by his terrestrial rivals.
As the light fades, the prehistoric world prepares for the transition into its nocturnal and hidden behaviors.
Storms reveal the hidden secrets of the valley, exposing the homes and behaviors of its most dangerous.
Vigilance is the price of kingship in a world where the next shadow is always preparing strike.
The legends of the ancient world will continue to be written in the mud and the rock.
The undisputed king remains within his high mountain fortress, watching over his vast and ancient prehistoric kingdom.
Beneath the surface, the monster waits for the next opportunity to rise and reclaim its river throne.
In the prehistoric island, the cycle of life continues its eternal and brutal mechanical and predatory efficiency.
New beginnings arrive with the dawn as the forest prepares for another day of struggle and survival. The hunt for the throne remains an eternal struggle in a world where only the strongest survive.